First of all, I sculpted the 3 deer. And the process is long and complicated, but the interior of each deer has an armature. You can see on the buck and on the fawn, the middle pole here. The pole goes up to the middle of the deer, and then there's another one across the back, and then there's copper tubing that goes through that. It's complicated, I know. And over that, I use spray foam, and then I put the clay on top of that. The reason I use spray foam is because clay by itself would be too heavy and too expensive. So I apply the clay over the top of that whole bottom or inside armature, and then I work the clay into the design of the deer. So there's 3 of them. There's the doe, the buck, and the fawn. So you can see that these are complete in the clay, and the doe is also complete, but she's already been made into wax. So that's the next step. We take I already took the clay dough to the foundry with help of my friend Teresa, and at the foundry we cut the pieces of the dough. We cut her into pieces and made wax molds out of them. And this down here is the wax of the deer. So you can see it's all in different pieces and it's hollow inside. So that's exactly what she's going to look like when she comes out in the bronze. Tomorrow I'm going to take this wax, all these pieces. They were here so I could clean them and make sure they were perfect, because whatever they look like is exactly how they're going to look in the bronze. So tomorrow I take them back to the foundry, we make a mold around them, and then we melt the wax out, we pour the bronze in, and after the bronze is cooled, because it's 2,000 degrees, so we have to wait for it to cool, then the foundry workers will use sledgehammers and high pressure hoses to break the molds off of these pieces, off the bronze pieces, and reveal the final dough. There'll be some work to do with it then in a patina, and then then the installer will take over and install it downtown Morgan Hill. And after that, then the other 2 will follow the same process. You'll notice that on the clay buck, the antlers are a different material. That's the wax. What I did was I made the antlers ahead of schedule. I wanted the buck to have real antlers from a Morgan Hill deer. So I asked the Wildlife Education and Rehabilitation Center in Morgan Hill if they had any antlers from their educational program, and they loaned me a set of local deer antlers. And I made a mold from them, which I have right here in my lap. It's kind of messy. But right here in my studio, I made this mold. The outside is made of hard, the shell is made of gypsum cement and hemp fiber. The inside is made of rubber. So I made this here. It's got little buttons to lock it in place. It was quite a process. It took 4 days just to do the antlers. And after it was all ready, you see there's a hole there. That's where I poured the wax into the mold, slushed it around, and when it was ready and cooled off, I was able to open it up and pull out the wax antlers and then insert them right on the clay deer. So when the buck goes to the foundry, that part's already done.